What up, guys? Paradox back with more tech support. I'm here today to bring you my junkyard gold mine, the unicorn itself. This is what's known as the Aerostar Driveshaft mod. So you can actually recover this aluminum drive shaft from a 1992 to 1996 Ford Aerostar. It's going to measure from center of U-joint to center of U-joint, 45.5 inches long. And what's cool about that is it's the direct equivalent for the Ford Mustang, Ford Racing Performance Products aluminum drive shaft. So this is going to come with a part number F79Z4602-AA. And what happened was in the 92 to 96 Aerostar, they actually had a recall on their drive shafts for being weak, and they replaced them with these drive shafts. So they are actually out there. The thing is that out of probably 30 Aerostars that I've ever gotten underneath looking for this drive shaft, they're almost always damaged or destroyed by the forklift. So that's why I call it the unicorn, because this is the equivalent of, you know, a $350 drive shaft that we are creating for roughly $65. So we'll just get right to it. The thing is that this will swap out for your both automatic or manual drive shaft for your Mustang. It saves over 15 pounds. I believe that this one's about 13 pounds itself, with the U-joint and with the U-joint, flange, and yoke on it, where the Mustang one is going to be right around 30 pounds for the full steel one. So with knowing that, and knowing that this is a direct swap out for something you can get in the junkyard, if you can find it, I'll tell you what, man, that's the unicorn of the junkyard. So in order to do this, you're going to need Duralast U-joint 1-0134DL. You're going to need two of them. They're $20 a piece right now. And what these are a hybrid U-joint from the Mustang yoke and flange to the Aerostar drive shaft that I have found for this. So luckily they do make one. In order to do this mod, you do have to have one specialty tool, and it's going to be what's called a ball joint remover tool, or a clamp, ball joint clamp. And what it is this tool right here. It's a heavy duty C-clamp with a hole on the end. And what you do is you're going to need to bring this to the junkyard or whatever. You can rent one of these from Autozone for about 120 bucks, or you can buy it off Amazon for about 45 to 60. So that's right, it was bought me one, because it's still cheaper than the $350 drive shaft. So once you have removed your yoke or flange from your automatic or manual Mustang, I have this one almost all put together. But this is going to be the last part of putting the flange on. So whenever I have a U-joint, with these ones, you have to make sure that the grease zerk is facing towards the outside, or the flange or the yoke side. So it's going to be facing towards the outside, not towards the shaft. And so that you can reach your zerk once you're together. To put a U-joint together, what you're going to do is you're going to spin these caps. And as you spin it, it's going to remove from your center. And you're going to have needle bearings inside of those. And what you're going to do is you don't want those to fall, or you're going to have to set them up and make sure that that is all set up correctly, you know, before you press this on there, or you're going to ruin your U-joint and have to redo it all and get a new one. So what you do is just once you have both sides off, you're going to slip it through kind of like this. And then once it's through, you're gonna stick your U-joint cap on, kind of catch it in the needle bearings so you know it's going in flush. Just like that. And what you have to do is do that on all four of these. A lot of times before I put the second half on, I'll tap this in a little bit. Make sure she's flush. Get ready with your other side. And I always push it halfway back through until it engages the needle bearings. Like that. Before I clamp it. So running one of these tools takes a little bit of practice, and you never want to just go and force it. You want to make sure that those needle bearings are sitting perfect before they get clamped down. Sometimes you have to sit it off to one side, kind of like I just did, and get the side pressed in just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is switch sides. So now I got that side half pushed in. Oh, stay. Switch to this other side. Just like that. So now that I just had it cranked down, what I did was made sure that it's floated both sides on the needle bearings before I sink it. About halfway there. But as you can see, I've correctly sank the U-joint. So it's tight. And what I'm going to do is it's sitting offset, but while it's still sitting offset is when you grab the retaining pin . And you're going to drop it in there. And now the retaining pin's fitting real loose, but it's still dead on. And what I do is it's still sitting offset. So now you have an automatic stopper, and you don't want to just go through it. You want to just tighten right up to where you feel it snug and stop. So these shafts can be retrieved from the 92 to 96 Aerostar all-wheel drives. They are out there, but most of them are destroyed by the forklift, so I consider it the junkyard unicorn. They are out there, but they're just rare. Probably the rarest thing you can find for a Mustang in a junkyard, other than like a Roush body kit. So I landed that one perfect. So she cinched right up to the retainer clip. Hit the other retainer clip. Bang. you've just made a Ford Racing product. Well, it's the equivalent of the Ford Racing Driveshaft for $60. So we're gonna go over it again. We got ujoint 1-0134DL from Autozone Duralast lifetime. You're gonna have your automatic or manual yoke for your transmission, ujoint retainer clips. You're gonna have a 92 to 96 Ford Aerostar rear drive shaft from the transfer case to the rear differential. That's gonna be a part number F79Z4602-AA. Another one of the same U-joints with your flange. And that is going to make a $360 drive shaft for $60. No balancing needed. It's super light, super responsive. I have one on my L4. So this is of course going on this guy, but I have one on there already right now. So the drive shaft's a beast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad I could help you out. That's how you make a drive shaft for 60 bucks, man. Good luck with the Aerostars.